kind of situation, and the borders one, that why are these kind of violent activities happening? We are being told that there is an influx of some of these bandits from some part of the northern region into the FCT, and given a feeling that the FCT is perhaps is not as safe as it should be.
Well, the truth of the matter is that we still have security challenges in terms of the personnel that are supposed to manage the security sector. Once you have enough boots on ground and security intelligence and everything, it doesn't matter where they come from, the security agencies or whichever will stand up to them. The problem is that our security agencies are not fully capacitated. They are not equipped. They are not trained. They are not motivated that much that they will face these security challenges. The earlier we realize this, that the main purpose of government, I have said it several times, I will continue to say it, is security and welfare of its citizens. The government should concentrate on that and get the country secured so that everybody can sleep with his two eyes closed.
Well, where do you think this connect went wrong, or the disconnect suddenly from November or October last year up until now? The insecurity situation is now very deteriorating.
It's not sudden. The security challenges we have been facing dates back to as early as 1999 or so, when the Boko Haram started from the northeast, and it keeps on transforming. Then the bandits outside join the forces, and it's getting out of hand, really. And the solution to it, as I said, is get enough security agencies that will face these people squarely. Right now, we don't have enough security agencies or personnel to handle the situation, whether it's Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian police. In fact, some of these issues are supposed to be handled by police. Security, as you are talking about going after bandits or, Boko Haram and all those unknown gunmen, is supposed to be the work of the police. And we don't have the number of police. They are not trained, they are not equipped, they are not well motivated. How can they do the job? And what is budgeted?
Senator, under your committee, you did oversight on the army in purchase of some sophisticated weapons. So it took a long time. The lay law barred us from being able to have access to some of this, but we looked in other direction under the Buhari government to be able to acquire some of these equipment. We thought that some of this surveillance and some of these fighting gadgets and flying elements will help us to be able to arrest these elements that are terrorizing our country. And we thought that this will work. Why has this not happened?
They are not enough. Well, it's just like a drop of water in the sea. They are not. This place is not as versatile as the attack helicopters. So they are not even enough. Their number is not enough. The training is not. The major challenge is in the area of team, as I said, TEAM, training, equipment, ammunition, and motivation. We don't have the number. We only have 200,000 Nigerian armed forces. We only have, I think, less than 400,000 police. We have all put together, the Nigerian security agencies put together, we don't have up to 1 million of them. We have over with vast, area to cover. You can't do that if you don't have enough number to face and then to man the situation. There must be deliberate training, equipping, arming and then motivating. The most challenging thing, for example, is that all the security agencies, I did a small research, their first entrance, like the recruits, are paid less than 50,000 in some cases. How can you pay somebody money that cannot buy him a bag of rice and you expect him to go and sacrifice and put in his best? How can you pay a Nigerian army, for example, allowance of 1,200 as his daily ration money, and then pay him 2,000 naira only as DTA, and put him in the theater? Some from Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, moved to Maiduguri. Their parents are expecting that they will send them something monthly, and you pay the guy 50,000 naira or less. These are the major challenges that the government must rise up to.
Senator, in all of this, let me ask you pointedly, from your understanding of things, it doesn't look like anything has changed since President Bola Tinubu got into office. The securities chiefs were saddled with that responsibility to change things around, but little or less have we seen from what has happened in the past. And this is not taking any credit away from our gallant officers on the ground who are every day confronted by the bullets of these terrorists. But the question is, if there is anything that the president must do now, what should that be? Urgently.
What president must do, number one, is to review the salaries of the Nigerian Armed Forces. That is number one, because it was last reviewed in 2008. We are in 2023. We should review the salary of all the security agencies. We should increase the number of security agencies, especially police and the Nigerian army. We should equip them adequately, and then we should motivate them by, for example, a civil servant sitting in office moves around a day, his DTA is about 30,000 or more. And then you send somebody to the bush, and then you pay him 2,000 as his DTA. That can't work. That is the truth of it. And the purpose of government is security and welfare. We have to be serious about the security situation in this country.
Let me bring these matters.
Can you put somebody that is not adequately equipped, paid, and motivated to do the job? I mean, our own oversight would have been if they have everything they need in order to face the security challenges and in order for them to effectively do their job, then we talk about oversight. So how can you talk about oversight when you gave the Nigerian Army, for example, in this year's budget is 700? Is it maybe 700 and something billion? And you are talking about oversighting. Oversighting what? Give them the money, give them what they need, then you can even give them a matching order. And what the president did recently, for example, is that he will not tolerate failure. You can only say that when you give them what they need in order to execute or to achieve their goals or the assignment you give them. But I am telling you, I'm not being pessimistic, but with what the Nigerian Army or other security agencies are being paid or what they have, I don't expect them to perform any magic. They must have the equipment, they must have the training, they must have the adequate motivation for them to lay down their life. They have already been doing that. We have been losing many of them, and you can imagine people coming in ragtags called bandits or Boko Haram or whatever, killing our youths that are determined to defend the country.
But Senator, apologies to cut in quickly. There are areas that the government or those in political office have failed Nigerians terribly in terms of trust. For example, there is a point in this country where the government told Nigerians there are terror financiers, and they know them. They have their names. We saw a retired general who was supposed to get the late chief of army staff, who is pointing out to say there are highly placed persons who are behind the terrorism in this country, and yet they are not uncovered, yet Nigerians do not know them, yet they keep perpetrating the evil. You saw what the Honorable said earlier about what is going on in Plateau, a deliberate attempt, according to him, in wiping out some people because of commercial purpose. If government knows those who are funding terror, why are Nigerians not knowing? What is difficult? To let the Nigerian people know those who are killing are behind the killings of innocent Nigerians.
Well, the question you're asking is the same as the question I would ask. If they are actually identified terror financiers and those behind these things, I don't know why the Nigerian government or whoever is responsible for that, it is not, if Ndume knows that social persons are behind this, you can be rest assured that I'll come to channel and name them if I have the information. So the government is supposed to be doing that. But don't go away from the main problem now. The main problem is that bandits are everywhere, terrorizing people, killing people. The Nigerian army is even being killed, and they are being overwhelmed, operating in 35 states with no guns. Up to now, I have not gone to the field and see a Nigerian soldier holding a new AK-47, just common AK-47. But you can see the bandits branding out new AK-49, not even 47. And I'm telling you that they are not performing. They are doing their best, but their best cannot go anywhere if they don't have the equipment, the training, and the motivation. So the government should be serious. And when you are talking about giving them 12%, what is 12% when the other 88% of it cannot be useful? You construct roads and people cannot go because kidnappers would pick them up on the road. Why don't you secure the place first? I'm one of those that support, even if we are to give 50% of the budget to the for security, and let us be secured first. Let us be secured first, because that is the main purpose of government. Even if the National Assembly that you are talking about is to be shut down in order to secure the country, and let's go back home until the country is secured, that I am supporting that.
Senator.